In this video, you will learn how to design a Christmas carol flyer in Adobe Photoshop. I will begin by setting the dimension I wish to use, which is 10 by 10 inches, and the resolution of 300, name and change the background color. And great. I begin by adding the image I'm going to use. I have all the images saved in a folder. I will be adding the image at once. Now I've imported all the image. I will start arranging the image one after another. This at the top, bring the layer backward. Bring this to the side and this to the side. And I would like to rotate this as well and put it at the edge, which is how we're using Ctrl T, transform, and flip it vertical and move it to the side. This as well, I would like to reduce the size and bring it down. And this, you can reduce the size or increase the size. I would like to reduce the size a little bit. For the church logo, I would like to duplicate it. Duplicate the layer. Transform this by pressing Ctrl T and reduce the size. Just bring it up. I would like to add a ruler by pressing Ctrl R. But the ruler is not in inches and I'm working with inches. So we have to change the ruler measurement to inches. Right click on the ruler, then you select inches. Now let's add a guideline. Go to Fill and New Guide. But on the vertical line, we want it to be at 5, which is the half of this. Now we have it at here. Click on this, then you bring it to the center. The next thing I'll be doing is reducing the opacity of the images. Reducing this to 20%, this and this to 5%. The next thing I'll be adding is the text. But before that, I would like to group all this layer. Lock the layer. Okay, let's begin by adding the text. Let's change the font we want to use. After selecting the font, add all the required text. Once you are done adding the text, begin the arrangement. I will be changing the font of all layers that we have in the same font at once. Select all the layers and change the font at once. You may be having character here or property. If you are not having the character here, you can add that. Just go to window and you make sure this is select character. Once you have this, you can easily drag it here. Then change the font. The font I will be using for this is Ribbon, and you increase the size. Now let's do the general adjustment by changing the text color and reducing the image size. Now to bring the LP34 to the center, you can see the align are not active. To make them active, select this and make sure you are selecting the background, and you can see this is not active. Select all the layers that will be at the center and you select the background. You can see the two icons are together, but we need a location icon. You can easily separate the icons using selection tool. Select the location icon and you right click, then you select layer fair cut. Bring it to where it is needed. And you change the overlay color to red. Now you can replace it. Let's adjust this by bringing this up. I will add a drop shadow to this layer to make it realistic. Now back to this. The reason why I'm adjusting this last is because I'll be using two different fonts for this. Now let's bring it to this side. The first thing I'll be doing is changing the fonts and increasing the size. After changing the font size, if I should remove IFT, the G will change, which I don't want. Now I bring this back. What I will just do is reducing the size of IFT. I'll reduce the size. After reducing the size, the next thing I'll be doing is adding a new layer, putting down the IFT. You can see this is too small. Let's just increase the size. Just make use of 60. The font I'll be using for this is Christmas. Now I've changed the font, but I have to remove this. To remove this, making use of lasso tool, then select the polygonal lasso tool. Then you select this. After selecting this, just hit delete on your keyboard. This occurs because we didn't rasterize the layer of the text, which means we have to rasterize the layer. Then you click on rasterize layer. You can hit delete. Then we have only G or U. Now we can join the two layers together. Now we have these two layers, but this is too small to the G. Let's increase the size of this. Okay. We have these two layers joined together as one. If we should move it, you can see we can only move the G. To avoid this, let's merge the two layers. After selecting the two layers, right click on it, then you click on merge layers. We have this. The next thing I'll be doing is adding a drop shadow to some text, which I will begin by this. After you have done with the arrangement, you can proceed to saving. To save this, click on File, then you export as. Make sure this is in JPEG, and this you can increase this to excellent. Just that the higher you increase this, the higher the file size. Change the size to great. You can see the size have changed. Then you click on export. Select the folder you wish to save it. Now let's check it out. I hope you enjoy and get something out of the video. If you do, add a like to this video, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon for notification of new videos. Thanks for watching.